Hey everybody, I'm the Gulf Coast Granny and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you guys how I prevent food waste in my house. Right here I've got a pot of water boiling. And these are some Brussels sprouts that I bought about a week ago. I'm picking off all of the leaves that don't look appetizing. I've already washed them and dried them off. Pick them up and throw them in the pot. And we're going to boil these for 5 minutes. I'm going to set my timer. Most of you older folks who are subscribers of mine probably already know how to do this. It's called blanching. And it's what you do before you freeze your vegetables. It can be done with almost any vegetable. I can't even think of a vegetable you can't do it with. I just did celery last night. I've never canned anything in my life. I do have some canning jars here. I have canning supplies here. I can do a water bath can, but I do not know how to pressure can. It's something I would really like to learn, and I might. But I've always frozen my vegetables whenever they start kind of looking a little peaked, you know, they get a little soft, or celery will get a little bendy. And I just slice it up and blanch it for 3 minutes, put it in my ice water. This is a bowl of ice water. And what it does is when this is finished, we'll put it in the ice water and it stops the cooking. And that way it doesn't get too done for the freezer. Brussels sprouts are thicker, so they need more time. You can always Google how much time a particular vegetable needs to be blanched before you put it in the freezer. That's what I do. I don't have it memorized. I just Google it. But this has saved me a lot of money. Years ago, before I knew how to do this, you know, I'd buy 5 or 6 cucumbers and I'd use a couple of them. And then, of course, I'd go throughout my week cooking. And then, you know, I'd look in the bottom of the thing. I'd have mush for cucumbers. And I'm like, what the devil? Now, that is one vegetable you cannot freeze. I wouldn't freeze a cucumber. I just thought of one. Look at there. So now I make sure that I keep my vegetables visible to me on the bottom shelf. And that way I know when they're starting to get soft or not look quite as fresh. And that's when I take the opportunity to freeze them. I hope everybody's doing all right during this social distancing. I know it's difficult, especially for people who are on the go all the time and people who have jobs outside of the home. I know you're worried about things you should be doing or need to be doing. But right now, just kind of take a step back and, you know, I always say that mess will be there for me when I'm ready to get to it. When everything settles down, your mess will be there waiting on you too, at work or wherever. You know, I did hear one positive caveat to this whole mess. My husband works with the police and emergency services. And he told me yesterday that the police aren't even pulling people over unless they're doing something really stupid, because they don't want to be exposed either. So I'm not telling anybody to speed or break any traffic laws, but if you do, you might not get a ticket. All right. It's done. So now we're going to start scooping them out and throwing them in this ice water. This bowl of ice water is going to stop that cooking process. Okay, that's all of them. Now I'm going to move this cutting board. And I've got this towel here to scoop out my Brussels sprouts and dry them off. Now I'm just going to stick them in this Ziploc baggie, label them with the date, and I'll be putting them in my freezer. This method is quick, simple, and something anybody can do to prevent their food waste. From the most expert cook down to the novice. And there's my bag of Brussels sprouts that's going to go in my freezer. Y'all, if you're not subscribed, please take a minute and hit the subscribe button and click the little bell so you'll get notified every time I put out a new video. I'm also going to do a giveaway at 250 subscribers. So share with your friends, tell everybody you know to come and join the Gulf Coast Grannies so you can learn more tips like this and recipes and gardening and, you know, just hang out with me. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you again real soon, all right?